My name is Kevin Culver, head of school here at Northwest Jackson Ivy World Middle School, where we take pride in ensuring that every scholar is ready for life every day. I bring you greetings from the faculty, staff, and students here at Northwest, and it's a pleasure to have P.I.E. with Ms. Faulkner here for this great occasion this evening. I would like to introduce Mrs. Willie Jones. Mrs. Jones is the president and CEO of Dependable Source Corp of Mississippi. Dependable Source Corp of Mississippi provides workforce solutions to the transportation industry. Dependable Source Corp of Mississippi was recognized in 2016 as one of the largest minority-owned businesses in Mississippi by the Mississippi Business Journal and its president. She was also recognized as one of the top 50 women in business in 2013. In 2011, Dependable Source Corp Home Health was launched, and the goal of DSC Home Health is to provide the best quality in home care to seniors and other clients who need help with the activities of daily living.
It is wonderful to be here at Northwest Middle School and really at anywhere in JPS. To Mrs. Thea Faulkner, one of the most compassionate, committed, talented, and courageous leaders, we say thank you to her staff, for giving members of the Partners in Education Board and its many business and community partners an opportunity to give our skills, talents, and resources to our most important asset and blessing, the children of Jackson and Hinds County. At Women for Progress, we believe children are lovable and teachable, and we believe teachers are sacred, honorable leaders. A great teacher bridges gaps and builds relationships, friendships, and a community. Teachers always look to make things better and improve things in and outside of the classroom. Mrs. Faulkner, through Partners in Education, has created a Gideon's Army, one that we are proud to serve. She has shared the need and continues to share your stories, and we, the community, say yes, yes. We say yes, yes to a well-educated population that sparks community activism and involvement. We say yes, yes to good schools that cause our neighborhoods to become more vibrant and our citizens more active. And ultimately, we say yes, yes to good schools that cause wages, personal income, and economy to grow. We, in partnership with Dr. Green and his administration, look forward with joy, faith, and courage in supporting you, the educational leaders and warriors, in this great sacred effort of educating our young people for the future and security for our communities and our world. Thank you and congratulations to you all today. And my final task is to introduce your moderators and hosts for the day, two dynamic community activists and leaders in our community. Mr. Jeff Good is the president of Mangia Benet Restaurant Management Group, the owner-operator of Bravo Italian Restaurant and Bar, Broad Street Baking Company, and Sal and Mookie's New York Pizza and Ice Cream Joint. Jeff is a founding board member of Refill Jackson, a nonprofit workforce development program. The mission of Refill Jackson initiative is to empower young adults ages 18 to 24 so that they are more confident, better equipped, and motivated to enter into, navigate, and stay in the workforce. Refill will pursue this mission by teaching both soft and technical skills in a traditional classroom setting and providing on-the-job training in a fully operational restaurant, Refill Cafe. Ms. Carolyn Hicks is a lifelong resident of Jackson, Mississippi, and product of Jackson Public Schools, an accomplished and notable attorney and advocate for families and children. Carolyn has been deeply committed to improving access to civil legal aid for poor Mississippians for the entirety of her legal career. Carolyn shares her leadership talents in spaces from the courtroom to the boardroom and even the classroom. She is involved in endeavors to improve food access, youth literacy, and health and education advocacy for disabled youth. Mr. Jeff Good and Carolyn Hicks.
It is a joy to be here again helping host, and this year you got an upgrade because you have Carlin Hicks to be with me. I have been honored to do this for so many years, but I'm glad we pulled in the air supports.
I guess to give an ode to Willie's remarks, it's just one of those things, when Thea calls, you don't tell her no, you say yes, yes. And so initially she asked me to help with a couple of things in the background, and I said yes, yes. And then my friend Jeff here got the bright idea to bring me to the forefront. And those of you in the community and those of you in the audience who know me know I'm logistically a behind-the-scenes person, but I said reluctantly, yes, yes, because my friend Jeff asked. So we'd like to welcome to the podium Reverend Ryan Wade, local missions pastor of Cross Gates Baptist Church. Reverend Wade responded to the Partners in Education's Time, Talent and Treasure Initiative, and an ecumenical partnership led by the National Baptist Convention USA by introducing JPS to the Arise to Read program. This program provides weekly tutoring sessions to second graders and has led to a deeper engagement of neighboring churches and schools.
Father, we are grateful for the joy, the great privilege that you give us to come alongside the next generation to prepare them for whatever it is that you created them to make their mark on this world. As non-educators like myself, we can come alongside and partner with children and see the joy of learning, of confidence in them, Lord. Be just a part of what you're doing. So, Lord, I pray your continued blessing over JPS, over every teacher, every administrator, over every student. And thank you for all the partners that are here today, business leaders, community leaders, faith leaders, people who desire to give their resources, their time, in ways that you've blessed us to give back to others. Thank you for the ultimate, Lord, example you give us of service and sacrifice and sending your Son. It's in his name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd ask that Miss Sydney Hilliard, who is a student here at Northwest Middle School, come up, and she is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now in Spanish. Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. Now in French. J'engage ma fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique et à la République qui représente une nation sur deux, indivisible, avec liberté et justice pour tous. You may be seated.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loves, and mercy more than life. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy
I think they heard that all the way over at 1400 Murrah Drive.
Me, 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 me. Me. Maybe not. I do fancy myself a singer, but not a singer. Good evening. I am loving serving as superintendent of this district, especially when I get to experience young people like we've already experienced here tonight. I am consistently blown away by the magic, by these young ladies and these young men, and all of the adults who have pledged their undying support of them in their pursuits for greatness. No less than heartwarming to experience so many people who believe in and are putting their resources, their time, their energy, their treasures where their hearts are. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you've done already and all that you've pledged to do going forward to support and to serve our young people. I said to the board when I was interviewing, you're not getting a Superman. If that's what you're looking for, you certainly won't get it in me. I don't believe you'll ever find that, but I want to make it clear that you're not going to get it in me. You're going to get someone who's going to give his last to support our children and our team and the cause of public education. That doesn't happen by one man or one woman. That happens in partnership. And that's one of the reasons why I've so loved getting to know Ms. Thea Faulkner as she continues her wonderful work in corralling and supporting all of those who have a mind and a heart to support our schools and our children. Many of you know we have 111 school-based specialty partners and over 121 school adopters. These organizations and all of the work that they do in big and small ways, we're so appreciative of you and all that you've been doing to support us. Obviously, we have these wonderful programs to recognize you, but I need you to know that in the midst of your work, when folks are dealing with competing priorities and budgets that aren't always allowing for all of the things that you might want to do, and when we don't present ourselves as perhaps the best partners with you and don't always reach back in the ways that we could and should, I need you to know that we really do appreciate you, deeply appreciate you. And this work is tough enough without opportunities to partner with such amazing organizations. And so having you standing next to us, sometimes in front of us, blocking and tackling, leading the way, helping us to get through the morass of all of the challenges that our children and families go through. It's amazing having that support so that we can really focus in on educating the whole child and supporting their families. One of the other things that I've been really proud of and excited about is our uniform closets to provide young people who might be in need of some uniforms to be able to come to school and not have any fears of ridicule or not having an opportunity to engage just as their classmates and schoolmates might because of something as simple as uniforms. So thank you to all of those who have helped to make that happen and continue to help us to stock those uniform closets. Also very proud of our Partners in Education store. This wonderful opportunity for our teachers to come and shop for some of the supplies that they need in their classrooms so that we don't have teachers, while it still happens, and I'm not so naive to know that or to think that teachers are not spending their dollars, their hard-earned dollars, on some of these supplies. It's just amazing to know that you've helped us to stock the store so that some of the items that teachers might want and need, that they don't have to go and purchase those on their own. Some of you have been involved in and are planning to be involved in as we continue to host various conversations around the city, looking at, listening to, discussing, sharing basically our hopes and dreams for public education here in Jackson. It's our values and beliefs. What is it that's truly at the heart of what we want and need for our children? So thank you if you've already been involved in those conversations or if you have those teed up and if your organization is helping to host or to facilitate those. We're doing that in collaboration with our JPS. Very, very pleased to have that support in getting out across the city and having these conversations to help to build towards and inform our strategic planning efforts. We are building our strategic plan over the next few months, and that will carry us through the next 5 years. And so thank you for that very important work and for those really important conversations. No city will thrive if the public education system is not thriving. If we don't do what we have to do to knock down the barriers to ensure that every child has an opportunity and has access to an amazing, high-quality, engaging instruction and educational experiences. That's what we're endeavoring to do. Thank you for everything you've done to make that vision and that dream and that effort become a reality. Thank you.
So now it's time that we do what we're here to do today, which is honor you all and those of you who have partnered with JPS through the Partners in Education program here, to share with you and celebrate with you your accomplishments and your contributions to our children and the families in JPS. So without further ado, we're going to start with our Partners in Education Anniversary Awards. Those businesses and organizations ranging from 5-year commitments to 35 years, which really shows the tradition in our community. All right, so we're going to get started with 5 years, the Hines Community College Nursing Program, and they are an adopter or partner at Bates Elementary. The next organization is Springboard to Opportunities, and they partner with Dawson Elementary School. Our next honoree is also a partner at Dawson Elementary School, and that's TCL Financial and Tax Services. We're next going to honor Ascensions Lutheran Church, and they partner with McLeod Elementary School.
This is so important because y'all have been there year to year supporting JPS and supporting your adopted school. The Greater Jackson Chamber of Commerce supporting Lee Elementary School. Next up, Beth Israel Congregation with McLeod Elementary School. We're also, for the Greater Jackson Chamber of Commerce, we have Murrah High School in your support of Murrah. And our final 10-year, we have the Junior League of Jackson for Oak Forest Elementary School.
For our 15-year anniversary awards, we have Morning Star Baptist Church, Brinkley Middle School. We're going to also honor EP Engineered Clays Corporation for their partnership with Key Elementary School.
For our 20-year partners, this means you started in 1998. Where were you in 1998? Let's all think about that for a minute. Lanier High School National Alumni Association supporting their alma mater, Lanier High.
I don't know an alumni association as strong as Lanier's, so I think we need to give them a second or a third round of applause. Because whenever there is a need or a request, these folks, they show up. But we're going to announce now our 25-year partner, and I am delighted to share that it is none other than my alma mater, Jackson State University. Do we have a representative from JSU? Without a representative...
Accepting for JSU will be Miss Carlin Hicks, class of...
I'm glad I paid my alumni dues.
So Jackson State University for Blackburn Middle School. I want to really commend Thea for what she's done, the format, the chance for everyone to mix and mingle out front, to be in this lovely school, and for me, it is my first time to be in Northwest Jackson Middle School. It means a lot to be able to come in this place. I think that the ability for all of us to get around and to see the assets we have in our community is important. Thea roped a lot of restaurants to be able to bring that delicious food in. Those are all donations in small part from local businesses that care and answer when Thea says, "Can you help?" and they say, "Yes, yes." And that's all part of, I think, the fabric of what we're doing as we look at puzzle pieces, and it's always the theme and the thing about working together, and I like to say working together works.
We are involved in the Jackson Foodies, which is a group of about 17,500 folks on Facebook, and Jeff and I get the lovely privilege to interact with and share with folks across Jackson, in and around Jackson, with great places to eat, exceptionally at Bravo, Broad Street, and Sal and Mookie's.
You go to Facebook, you type in Jackson Foodies, you hit like, you'll find out more about restaurants that don't advertise you'll see food and you'll see local Jackson people giving honest reviews about their experience, and you'll be able to curate your dining experiences even better. And Carlin provides this platform completely for free.
I will acknowledge our food vendors who provided donations. Broad Street Bakery, of course. Coffee Pros, which is a new coffee shop in Midtown, provided the delicious coffee we had out there. Fauna Food Works, Fine and Dandy Restaurant, The Hungry Goat. She committed to providing some, and then she got crossed up, Dr. Green, and she went to the wrong Northwest in another county. Then Sugar's
I guess Rankin
Place.
County is eating some good food right now.
I know. And then, of course, Sugar's Place downtown for their contribution. We are going to pick back up at our 30-year partners, and this is 1988 until now, with Wells United Methodist Church, and their partner is Galloway Elementary School. Our next 30-year partner is none other than Bancorp South, and their partnership is with Oak Forest Elementary School.
And the winner of the 35-year award, clocking in from 1983, is La La Land. Irby Electric with Pecan Park Elementary School.
I want to call Chastity Bracey to the stage. She is the hardest working woman in Jackson Public Schools. Chastity and I run Partners in Education. This is Partners in Education. And I tell everybody else, goodness and mercy follows us all the days of our lives to kind of get things done. But you all please say a thank you to Chastity for me. Of course, we are here to say thank you to our community partners. All of our community partners, if you would please stand and take a bow. We have the opportunity to impact the whole child, and your investment into Jackson Public Schools increases our capacity to do just that. Our children are learning important financial literacy skills. Our teachers and families receive information about home buying and other important financial literacy topics. Our children are exposed to the arts by having our community partners sponsor visits to local theatrical performances. Our children have been exposed to authors who will tell them that they can achieve that and much more. Our scholars have had fine dining experiences. Our young men have learned to tie their own ties and understand appropriate table etiquette. Our children's needs are being met with uniforms and personal hygiene items and other clothing in the wake of emergency situations that let them know there's a caring community that surrounds them. Our teachers receive free supplies, reducing their out-of-pocket expenses as a result of our community donations. Our children have individuals side by side with them to enhance their reading skills. They walk away saying, this reading thing must really be important if this individual consistently gives of their time each and every week to see me and spend this time with me. Our children are learning that it's important to invest into the lives of others because you, our community partners, have demonstrated this. Our children have additional opportunities to learn math in new and exciting ways. They have visited various venues in the city of Jackson and beyond, all because of community partners that have decided it's not what they have to do, it's what they have the opportunity to do. So we thank you, we thank you, we thank you for investing into the lives of our children. I do believe James Baldwin's quote is correct, that these are our children, and we will profit by or pay for what they become. One of the things that I say all the time about Partners in Education is we really are interpreters and translators, because the education community and the business community really do speak two different languages. You're on two different timetables. They're very different. And our job is to try to be that translator and interpreter so that what you need and what's available speak to each other. So what we have done is we have created a district-wide action plan for partnerships. We've asked each principal to identify their top 3 needs. This is what the school is saying they really need. And so it's an opportunity for you to really look at the school's needs that will really help us move the needle, meet the social, emotional, and academic needs of our scholars. Some of those activities are needed to close out the year, while others can be done over the summer and into next school year as you plan your engagement. I'm very excited to say that we had the Mississippi Association of Partners in Education Conference Jackson Public School was the recipient of 2 Governor's Awards. So I will ask that Span Elementary Schools please stand. Ms. Torrey and her staff. You all are fantastic, I agree. We also had a partnership at the middle school level as a Governor's Award with Blackburn, Hardy, and Powell Middle School in partnership with the Juanita Sims Doty Foundation and the Mega and Merle Evers Institute. I want to recognize an outstanding elementary school, middle school, and high school partnership. And I will ask for Tony Cooley with the Center for Social Entrepreneurship to please come forward to receive the Outstanding Elementary School Partner of the Year. These ladies offer free of charge to students and the district an after-school program at Barr Elementary School that provides STEM, including robotics, karate, and a variety of things to the students. The data shows that students are growing in their math, their social skills, their literacy, and we just want to say thank you for contributing to the lives of our students. Thank you. Juanita and Carla, Dr. Sims Doty and Dr. McCullough, please come forward. These ladies operate a mentoring program in 3 of Jackson Public Schools and as well as others throughout the state. Because of their efforts, this initiative has gone national. These ladies have chosen to work with our young men, and they do amazing work. The young men they work with are published authors now. They have actually published a book. They are taught the finer things of life. A lot of business deals are made over the dinner table. And so teaching our scholars how to conduct themselves with appropriate table manners and how to tie their tie, these are life skills. You strengthen our capacity, and we want to say thank you to you. Thank you, ladies. Our high school, Outstanding High School Award goes to none other than the 833 National Alumni Association. Yeah, Hazel Shields, come on down, come on down. All of the 833 folks, come on, Lee Bernard. They care and they are committed to Jackson Public Schools and Lanier Alumni Association and the students at Lanier. They have presented Lanier with a $10,000 check the last 2 years. They have, yes. They fund scholarships. They were responsible for restoring the medical clinic at Lanier. I asked them for some of their accomplishments, didn't tell them why. It was like 3 pages, bless the Lord. So we thank you and keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you all. Allstate started this whole thing back in the early 80s. They were the first adopter for Jackson Public Schools, and so Mr. James comes every year to provide the Allstate Award to Outstanding Partnerships.
I'm privileged to give out this award every year. I'm a product of Jackson Public School. Love Merle, love everything that the school has put in, the district has put into me. I wouldn't be the person I am today without JPS. So today we are honored to hand out 2 awards. One of the goals of the Partners in Education is to establish a uniform and supply closet in each of the middle schools. As the need of our scholars grow in numbers and intensity, the need to respond more quickly is evident. Today, we'd like to acknowledge a gentleman who single-handedly provided significant donations to establish a uniform, clothing, and supply closet at Hardy Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating Mr. Frank Lenore. We mentioned earlier the Time, Talent, and Treasures Initiative. The goal of this program is to have local churches partner with our schools with time, reading tutors, elementary schools, talents to encourage them, retired librarians and teachers to volunteer to mentor to teachers and other librarians, and to treasure to enhance the library collections in our middle schools. Our next award goes to Meadowbrook Church of Christ. Pastor Marsha Wade. Members of Meadowbrook provided over 7,500 in books to upgrade the library at Bailey APAC Middle School. Additionally, dozens of members volunteered to spruce up the library, shelves, books, and provided a wonderful surprise for the staff and scholars the next morning. Principal Kenneth Green, and the librarian, Mr. Jason Eifen. Congratulations on your award.
This lady right here was my English teacher when I was in middle school at People's Middle School. She taught me how to write. She taught me how to dissect and put together a sentence again. And she got on me when I wanted to be just a little bit lackadaisical. And she put fire under me that has not stopped since I was in the 7th grade. So I want to thank one of the women who sparked the spark in me to really contribute to who I am today, Ms. Yoder.
I'm only 5 feet 2 1/4 inches tall, but I represent for you all 55 of the principals of Jackson Public Schools who benefit from what you do for us every day. Every day we see tangible evidence of your partnership in our schools. We see eyes that light up when a student sees his or her book buddy coming back every week. We see your work in the relieved face of a teacher who sees that their classroom supplies of paper, pencil, markers have been replenished. We see your work in the joy of a student who comes in with a new uniform, very proud because it's not yesterday's stained one that had gotten too small. We see your work in the hands of a child caressing his or her own book during the Read Across America giveaway that you did. We see your work in the refreshed landscaping that gives the school an inviting look and says, come on in, we're a good place to be. We see your work in the pride of a 3rd grader who passed the gate with the help of a tutor who came once a week. We see your work in the joy of the senior who just received a college scholarship and is looking at a great future. So partners, you're truly a blessing to JPS, and we thank you. We all thank you for your time. We thank you for your belief in us and the work that we do. We thank you for your dollars, but most of all, we thank you for getting into the yoke with us and pulling that plow every single day.